Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 388. Today we have a special episode because we have people who've actually watched what we are going to discuss.
No, I've actually not watched. So today I'm playing
You are
Abhinandan's part.
Abhinandan. You are playing Abhinandan.
Abhinandan.
And so this is
My
Rajyasree
confidence
Sen.
will overtake your expertise. That is my role
Always.
today.
Yes,
Always.
that's such an
Yeah.
American trait. You just
Yeah.
return from there.
Exactly. So there's me, Rajyasree Sen. We have Shardool
Hello.
as well, and Manisha. So we have very intelligent people today on the show.
And actually a great lineup of stuff that you're
Yeah.
discussing. I want to watch all of them.
Yeah. Although you've seen part one of one
Part
of
one
them.
of
So
Last
we
of Us.
have Last of Us season 2 because everyone's talking about it. And it's based on a video game franchise, and Shardul is a big video game geek. Should I say you're a geek?
You can say whatever you want,
He's a
but
gamer.
Aficionado. You're a gamer.
I've been at it for a long time now. So, yeah.
Okay, so the last video game I played was Prince
Mario.
of Persia.
Which one?
That my brother was a big
The first
gamer.
one. The
Is
start of,
so Prince of Persia, when it was on those desktops, we
Yes,
used to
yes.
have those big desktops.
those 8-bit characters.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it used to go
God.
tuck, 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 like that. So we are going to discuss Stolen and Mountainhead and Last of Us season 2, the last season. I think this is the final season, right?
No.
No.
It's not. The story isn't finished yet.
Already I've given incorrect information. And I would like to take this moment and we will cut this out and have it as a special reel because people are so distraught. I wish y'all were as distraught about the things that are happening in India, but y'all are not. Y'all are more distraught about the fact that I said Bhumi Pednekar's sister is her twin. She's not her twin. And people have written and said y'all need to fact check this,
Why are you talking
remove
about her
this video.
sister?
Because we were talking about the royals.
Her sister's in it.
No, she's in it, and I just gave my trivia was incorrect trivia. But y'all don't have to get so worked up. But first, we will get to the headlines of the fortnight. In bad news, Kamal Haasan's comment that Kannada originated from Tamil triggered a furore and led to his film Thug Life not releasing in Karnataka.
In worse news, Akshay Kumar's Housefull 5 cruised ahead of Thug Life at the box office, making about 91 crore in its opening weekend. I had no idea that 5 Housefulls have been made.
Also, that
Is this the fifth
Fardeen
one?
Khan has made a comeback. Do you know this?
Oh, God.
My
Fardeen
God.
Khan is back.
His debut movie is the worst movie
Prem
I've ever...
Aggan.
I walked out of the theater. We had bunked the school and we walked out of the theater within 20 minutes. Like we can't
No,
stand
so
this.
the only Hindi film, not the only, other films also, but the one I walked out of was Raja Hindustani. When he kissed her and that kiss was 12 minutes or
So you
something.
walked off, you got so offended.
I was so offended because I'm very morally upright.
It was
as
one
you
of the
know.
first graphic kisses of...
No, it
No.
was just such
Yeah,
a
it was one
bad
of the first,
film.
like, very-
Yeah, we walked out because it was such rubbish, that film. Palampur or something where they shot.
It has
though.
an epic song though, Premagan. I just want to exercise.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, I don't know this. There's
You know
a
the
That
song.
movie is cringe fest. That and that movie of Salman Khan where he wears a blonde wig. Suryavanshi or something.
Suryavanshi.
Next time you exercise, you listen to this. I just want to
I'm
exercise.
going to play this. I just want to. Fardeen Khan is my favorite because he is the only person who felt that you should do a drug deal in an ATM booth where there's a camera. He was so stupid, he didn't realize there's a camera. So his IQ is 2.
He
But
just wanted his fix.
even then. Now, in bad news for Sandeep Reddy Vanga, Deepika Padukone reportedly exited his film Spirit because of her demands for an 8-hour workday, 25 crore fee and a 10% profit share.
In strange news, Vanga then posted, everything is strange with this
Yeah.
guy. He posted a cryptic tweet accusing an unnamed actor of breaching trust, leaking the script widely assumed to be Deepika. And in good news again, Deepika in the end announced that she'll be joining Allu Arjun and Atlee's next film, which is called AA22 into A6.
And now we
Please
have...
give us why it is named
so
so.
that people don't think that we don't give proper
Facts.
information. AA refers to Allu Arjun's initials. 22 is because it's the 22nd film in Allu Arjun's career. X represents a conjunction, which is quite sweet, I feel. A6 is because it's at least 6 directorial.
Who are
ventures.
these people? I don't even know.
Allu Arjun has
अभी
made
आएंगे
what?
emails कि you North
Yeah,
Indian.
you North Indian. You
I,
North
Indian.
I don't even know who Kiara Advani was till yesterday. So,
Kiara
I am
Advani
democratic in my
has a
ignorance.
British mother. I just want to give random trivia like this. In good news, Diljit Dosanjh starrer Punjab 95 was screened on the sidelines of the Cannes Film Festival, or as Abhinandan would say, Cannes, and caught the eye of a group of visiting Indian and international journalists.
In bad news, the director of the film, Hani Trehan, said the film is stuck due to CBFC's demand for 127 cuts, including changing the protagonist Jaswant Singh Kalra's name, dropping Indian flag visuals, removing mentioning of Punjab police. I mean, how can you remove the mention of Punjab police? Movie badal do puri. But it's really sad. I really want to catch this film, and it's quite sad that it's not been released here.
And I don't think it will be also released here. Do y'all just want to announce the subscriber meet?
Yes, we have a subscriber meet in Chennai. Chitranshu is going to be there. Rajaysree is going to be there. And from the News Minute, Shabir is going to be there. So this is happening on June 18th in Chennai. And if you're in Chennai and if you're a subscriber, you have to fill out a form. It's going to be in the description below, in the show notes. There'll be a WhatsApp group that will be added to, and you'll be told where the venue is. So please make it for this. It'll be great fun. You can give your feedback. You can tell us what you love about News Laundry and News Minute, what you hate about News Laundry and News Minute, and have some coffee along with it.
Yes.
And we also have a...
Yeah, Sena project.
We have a police brutality project, which the stories have already come out. We have one from Uttar Pradesh. We have one from Tamil Nadu. We have another one from Maharashtra. But we've decided to expand the project. We want to include Assam and West Bengal in it. So there's a Sena project up on this, where we can also send our reporters to these 2 states, because we feel these states also need to be covered. And a second one is on the Indian e-waste underworld, which is going to be... the investigation on this is already on, and I can promise that it's going to be a very, very good deep dive investigation into the economics of recycling. We'd like you guys to support this too. So this is the India's e-waste underworld Sena project 2. So 2 Sena projects you can support.
Yes. So please do support them. And any amount is a good contribution. So don't stop yourself. So should we start with Stolen? You watched Stolen, Shardool? No, you watched this thing.
Mountainhead.
Should we start with Mountainhead then?
Whichever one you want.
Yeah, and then we'll get to Last
I'm
of Us.
very excited.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mountainhead. So Mountainhead is the new film, and it's a short film. It's 1 hour, 45 minutes, I think it was. It wasn't a 2 hour. It's a short film. It's by Jesse Armstrong, who is the maker of, as in he wrote and directed Succession.
Our favorite show.
Yes, I just love Succession, and I think that if you haven't watched it, you should take out the time and watch it. And so the reason why I wanted to watch Mountainhead is because it's about tech bros. And also the lineup of actors is great. It has Steve Carell, and I think Steve Carell, when he plays a non-comic character, he's a great actor actually. When he's not playing a comic role. Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef. And it's basically about these 4, they are clearly billionaire. Like from the trailer, it seemed like they were all of the same level as tech bros. And they are 4 friends who are going to meet at Jason Schwartzman, who's the poorest of them. And he's called Soup. That's why, because he's from Soup Kitchen. They call him Soup Kitchen because he's just 265 million. Some very...
$500,000.
$500,000. It's like
sorry, $500 million.
$500 million. He's only $500 million.
$500,000 would actually be very less.
Yeah, the others are billionaires.
Yes.
So he's called Soup because from Soup Kitchen, and it's at his mountain getaway, and it's this very glass and beautiful glass and wood structure.
I like the house.
The house is very nice.
The house is nice, and it's sort of an analogy of, like, even you have everything, you're still alone on the mountain.
So, and you don't see the staff come in the morning. And there's nothing which disturbs the peace and joy that these 4 tech bros have. And What is interesting is that, of course, because like all Jesse Armstrong, like Succession was very much what was happening in the news was
Yes.
being shown on the show also, and what was happening in the media world was being shown. So over here also, one of them owns like it's like Twitter, what he owns. He's supposed
Yes,
to be Elon
Tram.
Musk. Yeah, Tram. He's basically
Elon Musk.
it's a
Elon Musk.
Yeah, so the characters are a mix of Elon Musk, Zuckerberg. Then you have the Palo Alto guy, the Sam Altman, and you have
This Steve Carell plays a sort of a facsimile of Peter Thiel.
yeah. So you have, so you can make out who they are based on, but Tram basically is like Twitter. And Tram has no fact checking, and because of AI, people are making these deep fake videos
Yes,
pretty
yes.
much, which are showing, like, say they are showing this office and Priyali getting up suddenly and setting me on fire, and it's all totally fake. And in Turkey, say Turkey revolts are happening, but actually it's not. And how it's just snowballing this
Yes.
entire thing, and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. He's like, "What can we do? It's not real, guys. It's not real."
It's all cool, but none of it matters. That's the thing in the movie.
Ultimately, none of it matters. And Rami Youssef has this. What is it? It's like
It's a fact check thing.
it's a fact check tool which you can put. They call it guardrails.
AI.
Guardrails, which if he sells it to the Tram owner, they would have guardrail. Like, you wouldn't be able to put up any
out,
video and all, but he doesn't want to sell it. Like, he's a little anti.
He's a caricature of Sam Altman and other these sort of who pretend to be
Slightly more.
ethical, but
Yeah.
eventually they're not. But
Yeah.
yes.
So the movie is about him wanting to sell it.
No,
Is
the
that like
movie is about four of them.
Just
It
meeting.
is La La Land. They are these sort of personality fights that they have.
Yes.
Someone,
So
Steve.
they're just chilling in
Yes.
this resort, and that's what.
Yeah,
it's
not
about.
resort. It's his home.
It's his home.
And Steve Carell is sort of the daddy of the
Yeah,
thing,
older
because
one.
he's the older one. He's a billionaire, of course, and he had invested in Corey Michael Smith's that
Yes.
Tram. He was one of the first investors in it and all. But you see how removed they are from reality. Like, the world is going up in flames. And they are on their own trip, and that whole thing with Rami Youssef, where they try to, I don't want to give away what
Yes.
they do, the three of them, like, how they try to, their idea of how to take control of the situation.
We can say this. That's
Yeah.
You can see that in trailer. So what they try to do is he's at least hoping to or aspiring to give that AI fact checking tool and coordinate with the government so that this chaos stops, and they are against it. So this Corey Michael Smith, the Elon Musk caricature, wants to buy it,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want to sell it. So he colludes with other people, and they try to
Means the
kill him
other two billionaires, and they try to kill him.
inside the house.
And it's just bizarre. And he is like the Elon Musk character because his son is brought. So he has this little kid who gets brought to, who makes him deal with his stress, and then the son is taken away again. So the nanny is there somewhere in this mountain with the, like, it's not removed from reality. It's
Yes.
a little stretched, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a little stretch and they are not like this, but
You
who
never know.
knows?
But Jesse Armstrong always has this one, even in Succession, the character that wants to buy off.
This one,
He's also
Alexander
like-
Skarsgård's character.
Yeah.
So this is a little like,
Right.
there's one episode where all the Succession family also goes there, and Alexander Skarsgård is, it's on some mountain resort,
Yeah, it's a
and they all,
retreat in Sweden.
so it's a, yeah, it's
Or
a little
Switzerland,
like
yeah.
that. It's a sort of, the setting is like that, but it is definitely worth watching. Just
I'm
to,
going to definitely watch
Yeah.
it. Jesse Armstrong writing has to
So
be watched.
I personally felt it fell off when this sort of tension started to rise. That
Yeah.
they were trying to kill it. It became serious, but it felt like that was deliberate. But the movie is still fun. I mean, like that scene where they are writing how much money they have
Yeah.
on a snow mountain after
On their
skiing on their
chest.
chest with lipstick. I have this many billions.
And how sort of Steve Carell's character does feel bad when Ramin Yusuf, suddenly his estimation goes up, like, because of whatever.
Not Rami Yusuf, Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah, his estimation goes up, as in his net worth goes up. So there are all these ego battles that are happening. But this whole thing that the world is going up in flames because of social media and what is being, and how removed these guys are and how they are making deals. Like the deals are being made in such a sort of like, oh, now what do we do? Oh, look at this video. Some other country is going up in flames. There's no responsibility or connection to reality.
Yeah.
Another one, a nice caricature of these tech bros is also in that film Don't Look Up. Where
I really like that.
Where there is this Elon Musk's character who
I
wants
had
to blast
really
the
liked
comet.
the film. I don't know why it got trashed.
It's one of my favorites.
Because some people are on principle against climate. Sorry.
Oh.
They're against climate?
Climate change.
Achha, is that the reason why people...
Yeah. There are a lot
they
of...
did not understand. Maybe they did not
understand. One of the most
it was really entertaining.
Of course they didn't understand. That's the point of it. They're idiots.
Yeah, they didn't understand. That's the thing. Okay, we'll
So Mountainhead shall be watched.
Yeah. So it's on...
Geo Hotstar.
It's
HBO.
on Hotstar. Long live Mr.
Ab
Ambani.
sab kuch Hotstar mein hai. Everything is on
Mukesh
Hotstar.
bhai.
mein.
Okay, we haven't mentioned the fact that Smriti Irani is going to be gracing our TV screens very soon because they're going to do Kahan, which was her one, Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi
Yes.
Bahu
I
The.
quit watching TV back then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mihir
Are they
and
doing a
they are doing.
Are you serious? I missed this completely.
Can I add one more thing about Mountainhead?
Yes.
So just so that you get the context, Jason Schwartzman has a sort of a yoga wellness app.
Yeah,
And
so
that's why his
wellness
wealth is increasing because the world is going up in flames.
And he
So he's
keeps
happy
telling
that
them
things are going up in
no,
flames.
and when the others are doing this deal, that I'll buy your this thing and this thing, he keeps saying, and we could also have the wellness app as he keeps, and they really have very little respect for
Yes,
him actually.
yes.
But now he's soup basically. But he keeps putting this wellness and the wellness app. Like every 10 minutes he brings it up. It's quite funny.
And Corey Michael Smith's name is Venus. Penis with a V.
Penis, but with a Venus.
Yes. So
Why?
just because. So it's a caricature. No? And I like Corey Michael Smith in it because he has sort of a creepy vibe. So if you watched him earlier in Gotham, he played Edward Nygma. Riddler character.
Yeah.
So he is like that. He's a very good actor, but if you give him space for that creepy vibe, so he personifies the Elon Musk thing very well.
That the Elon Musk, like the personality traits and what all you see, what all we've seen.
Are they doing any drugs?
They don't do drugs.
They talk about Molly, but
but they don't really.
They don't show it.
Yeah.
Cool. Shall watch it.
Yes. So I strongly recommend watching it. So we'll do a letter though. 2 letters we'll do. Alok has written, so we only do letters which are less than 150 words.
Yes. As on Hafta.
Yeah. 1, banter is good. 2, people talking at the same time isn't. Please cut that out and improve your listeners' joy by 10 times. Okay. It's very difficult to promise this, Alok. Can we have an NL recommended shows, movies section on the website or Abhinandan recommended, Rajaysree recommended section? What will Abhinandan recommend? He's not watching only. I listen to podcasts while driving, and then when I'm trying to watch something later, I don't necessarily want to have to listen to the podcast again to remember what to watch. Thanks. No, we can have a...
But we do put the recommendations in the piece. So, Awful and Awesome piece on the website. We'll have your recommendations below.
So it's not in one consolidated this thing, and each episode has
But every
that.
episode, you just log on to the website and under the text, you'll have their recommendations, like on Hafta.
And Anonymous has ticked us off. The cinematographer for the Royals is Neha Parthi Mathyani. I wish you guys would check the actual credits of the show rather than IMDb.
I think Neha has written this.
But yeah, if this is Neha, I just want to say that I finished watching the Royals in itself is a miracle. You wanted me to watch the credits also. You're expecting a lot.
Too much.
Yeah, too much. But we are going to discuss The Last of Us.
Okay.
And Manisha will give her inputs on season 1 little bit because she's watched it. I tried to watch. So I'm a big fan of Pedro Pascal's.
Yeah.
And I think I would watch anything with him in it. But I tried to watch it. And then there were zombies or something and some flesh eating something. And I said, this is all nonsense. I can't watch. And I stopped watching. But I think I should give it
Did
a
you
shot.
reach episode 3?
No, I didn't
You
finish
should have,
episode.
because
Yeah.
she'll tell you.
It's the most beautiful. So, okay, I
And
watched...
Bella Ramsey's in it, who's a
She's
actor.
a non-binary, but she's
Yeah.
autistic, just like me and
Yeah.
Elon Musk. So there is no
And
overlap.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's also. So there is no overlap. He
Yeah.
could be anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So I watched this season 1 on my very long flight from San
Yes.
Francisco to Delhi because I thought, I've been hearing a lot about season 2. So I thought, okay, let me start from season 1.
Yeah.
Now,
So you just watched it.
I just
Yeah,
watched
she
Oh.
just watched it.
but
no?
season 1.
Oh,
So I
of
have
course,
to
of
finish it and then I have to reach. Now, the thing is, it's not a zombie movie, A. There's a very...
No, I know.
It's like a... So I immediately Googled cordyceps. Can this
Cordyceps.
ever happen? Can this fungus
It
really
can.
grow in? And it's actually a very interesting fungus. In animals, it can actually control
Yes.
ants to reach a particular point and then kill themselves, and that's how it grows. So it's a very
Oh,
interesting
okay,
fungus.
okay.
The science are part of it. The third episode is actually when you really start enjoying it because
Okay,
now the
I'll
world has
try.
gone to the dogs. Everything
Huh.
is over. People are fighting over resources.
And they are the only... Oh, they aren't the only two
They're not the only two.
survivors. Okay.
So
They
season
are.
episode 3 is actually about this couple, this gay couple that survive about 20 years
Okay.
in their home, fending off people who want to loot from them because one of the guys is actually he's a survivalist, so he's managed to figure everything out from getting his nice rare steak of for dinner to his wine to figuring out security, and he this other guy just happens to trespass in his property and they fell in love and they stay
Okay.
together. So it's a really beautiful episode and it ends with both of them dying, but it kind of really there's one scene which I really loved where he's traded his gun for strawberry seeds. So they grow strawberry
Like me.
and then they
I
eat.
do something.
And just the joy of eating like a plucked fruit,
Huh.
because now you're in this world where you don't get any of this.
Yeah.
So it's very beautifully done and I want to continue to watch it. My only issue with series like this, including Boys, which I loved, but it was very difficult for me to finish it because I like to eat when I'm watching
Huh,
series,
like
and
me.
it's very difficult to eat with these shows because
Yeah,
suddenly
because
there is
it's-
like some ridiculous zombie kind of personality splitting up a body, and there's like vomit or blood or I don't know what coming out. So it's very stressful to watch it while you're eating. And Boys I love, a
Yes.
phenomenal show, but it can get so grotesque at times.
Yes.
But
That's the fun part.
is Boys also based on a video game? No.
No. So
Boys
Boys
is just fantastic. You have to
tell
watch
you, the
it.
Boys is.
It's a superhero world.
Oh, that's the
And
one.
superheroes
Everyone's
are the
told me to
villains.
watch.
So if superheroes were actually,
Yeah.
they have ultimate power, what would happen?
Yeah.
So that's what.
That's what Boys is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really fun show, but again, it's very grotesque. So
Yeah,
it's
I
very-
don't mind the
so don't
gross
eat
part. I
while
like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
watch it.
And I'm forgetting the name of the actor. Oh, what the hell is wrong with me?
You can say fuck because
the lead of the Boys, he's the one who played
Boys.
Eomer in Lord of the Rings.
Even I don't know his name.
Wait, I'm going to find it. Boys show.
Hello, boys. Daddy's
But
home.
I think this whole the show, and because I believe it's inspired from this video game.
Not inspired. It's scene to scene.
It's C to C. So
Oh, so Carl Urban?
Carl Urban,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
He leads the cast.
Last of Us, I
Oh,
think
okay, I know
the
who he is
scenery
now.
of it, just how the world
Yes.
looks.
If you look at the game, so I'll give you context.
Yeah.
So this game came out in 2013 on
Oh,
PS3,
it's
PlayStation
old.
3 era. and
Before
it's-
COVID.
Yes, long ago.
Ah.
So and it is one of the most iconic games.
Okay.
And the main character Joel. So the controversy is we are discussing the season 2. I'll get to it. And that game was a hit.
Okay.
It's a linear storytelling, but it's a beautiful storytelling. And at that time, motion capture and animation were started to come up.
Huh.
But it's a beautifully told story, and it's a story about people. So the episode Manisha mentioned, those characters and those things are just referred in the game. You stumble upon it. She mentioned the exchanging strawberry seeds with gun. So they
Is there in the game?
no. So they exchange it. They talk about it. You in game you find notes and these small stories.
Okay.
And you do meet Bill, which is played by Nick Offerman in this. So you meet the dead body of his partner.
Oh, so
But-
and then they've taken that and they've
So
made
the
it into
director
an
of the game is also director in at least combined co-director.
in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
His name is Neil Druckmann.
Okay.
And I have a lot of grudges with him. But so what happens is, this is a story about post-apocalyptic world, and the main character's daughters died. You open up with that scene. That
the first episode.
the first
Okay.
episode scene, which you must have seen also.
Yeah,
the very
which I've
first.
forgotten. I've
It's
clearly-
taken
Huh.
scene to scene from the game. His daughter dies in his arms, and then
Huh.
you see 20 years later.
Okay.
Right? So Pedro Pascal
Huh.
plays Joel.
Hmm.
Now, Joel is a very weathered character whose daughter died, and he has seen the ruthless world, and he has been a part of it.
Okay.
And he is given that this girl is the only person who has immunity to this thing.
Oh, that's what. So they have
So he
to
has
keep
to-
her alive,
yeah. Yes.
protect
Keep her
her.
alive.
No,
basically.
not they. He has to
Yes.
take her to a medical center of a freedom fighter group because
Okay.
government became fascist and
Huh.
city become city states,
Huh.
and some cities have seen revolution. This is in America.
Okay.
But it's not a story about post-apocalyptic thing. It's a story about two people.
Yeah.
It's a father-daughter relationship who learn to care about each other. And while the background is saving the world, the imperfection of human sentiment is what culminates it. Like, if you ask a father to sacrifice his daughter for the world, he will most likely say no.
Yeah.
Like, find someone else.
Yeah.
So when they tell him in the culmination of season 1 that the fungus goes to the brain, and her brain has somehow processed it because... So if you saw the season...
No, I've just seen like
Season
4
one.
episodes.
Okay.
I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Now, though
But
you've
no, go.
given it.
It's okay.
No, but
No,
like,
it's okay. Now
it's
we're
12
good.
years.
Huh. Yeah.
So,
it's
Ah,
okay. It's
fine,
okay.
you can
so in the show they have shown that Ellie, played by Bella, gets
huh.
the immunity because her mother was bitten just before
a
she was about to
spider.
deliver
Bye.
by sort of zombies. They
See, there
infected.
are zombies, I'm telling you.
No, they're not
is a
necessarily zombies.
I mean,
they're
they're not
infected.
zombies.
Okay.
They're
They are
infected
infected.
people.
Okay.
Fun-
And they'll die. Okay.
They're
So-
controlled by cordyceps.
They're sort of a hive mind. Cordyceps is the fungus. Now,
This is sounding like Housefull to me.
Now, the funny part is, not funny, I mean, ironic part is,
huh.
it's interesting detail trivia, you said, the mother who Ellie's mother shown in the show is actually the voice actor and motion capture actor in the games for Ellie.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Ashley Johnson.
Okay, that's quite nice.
If you like D&D,
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So my
she is.
brother is a big, he's a nerd. So he is a big D&D.
Yeah, so critical role he must have seen.
And he'll I don't know, like all these nerds from across the world
Yes.
get together and they play together. You can play with people from
Yes,
all over.
yes,
and I
yes.
think there's something very wrong with this kind of.
I like monk class. I am a monk.
Say,
generally.
God knows what all this, but Dungeons and Dragons I know a lot of because of this.
So we
of
spoke
my
about
stupid
season
brother.
1.
Huh.
Now,
Tell us about season 2.
Season
Yeah.
2, the game was very, very controversial within gaming community.
Why?
The
Why?
game is well made because the first season, or sort of first game, or the first season of
even
this
the
show.
game has seasons.
No. It's a different game, na? Part 2. So the first game culminates that they have to kill her and Joel refuses. So he
Okay.
kills everyone in that hospital, including
Okay.
doctors, and saves her.
Okay, which is fine. I feel.
Which is... So
It
he has,
makes for visual.
It's a very
Splendor.
imperfect thing. He's
Huh.
not a perfect guy. They've
Yeah.
never said he's a perfect... But you can understand the human imperfection. Like, he has traveled across the country with her for months.
Huh.
And his daughter died. And this is why, in fact, the leader of Fireflies, the group gave Ellie to him because she knew okay, once
He'll do
once he
everything
cares,
to protect her. Yeah.
And now he's supposed to sacrifice her.
Huh.
So no father will do it. He'll
Yeah.
kill everyone. So he has doomed the world by saving this girl.
Oh.
Now, in season 2, and this also happened in game, you open up and Joel became one of the most, he still is, one of the most iconic characters in video game history.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Troy Baker played him. In fact, if you see season 1, Troy Baker also comes up in season 1.
Okay.
Troy Baker played him in motion cap. And anyway,
So wait 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry. When you're playing this video game,
yeah.
it's online, right?
No, you can play it at home.
No, but is it on a board, no.
No.
Because Dungeons
Oh,
and Dragons.
No, Dungeons and
No,
Dragons.
they have Dungeons and Dragons has.
Dungeons
तो
and
मुझे भी
Dragons
पता
is
है।
a board game. This is a PlayStation game.
Dungeons
PlayStation
and Dragons is not online at all now.
It is also online,
Online.
but Dungeons and Dragons is quintessentially a board game.
Board game.
Yes.
So it's for traditional nerds, and this is for
This is for
high-tech
gamers.
nerds.
This is
who are
PlayStation game.
gamers also.
Anyway,
And no, so there are characters when you're watching it, when you're playing it, the characters do they look like drawings or they look like real people? Like actors?
They look like, I mean, gaming is very sophisticated
gaming
now.
is now more than at least
It's like a
50
3D
looking at
movie
this.
or
It's
better.
a 50 times bigger industry than Hollywood.
Darren, I'm trying to
And
see a
the good
picture of it.
storytellers and good musicians are going to gaming industry because you don't have to cater to stars' whims.
It's very, very sophisticated.
And it's not all AI then, you're saying, because there are actors playing these characters.
Yeah, these are
right?
motion characters.
Oh.
See, I told you
अभी
not-
इसको
Naughty
गेमिंग
Dog.
का पूरा लेसन देना पड़ेगा
हाँ.
गेम
No, that
No,
is a
no,
different
that's
thing.
okay,
Let me
that's
talk
okay.
about season.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
happened
same.
was the game opens, and that is a flaw, and I resent Neil Druckmann for it because if you see, I'm sure you know, and Manisha knows, there are some directors who think audience don't matter. They are too much into their philosophy, navel gazing. They don't care about. So it was a human, beautiful story. The second one is a beautifully made game, but it's a nightmare
Why?
because it's all about revenge, and game maker and director is trying to tell you, see, revenge begets revenge, so it's bad.
Oh, it's a little bit being
but what about the
moralizing.
show?
Yeah, the show will also do this. So what happens is, in the opening scene, the prologue of the second game and in the show,
Huh.
Joel is killed. And that was
Pedro Pascal is dead in this.
yes.
Then though I won't watch
So
season
the point, no, you'll find him later.
Oh, he'll come back.
So, so people hated him. What happened? So the children of those people, doctors who were killed in that hospital, they kill Joel in
Okay.
revenge.
Okay,
There's a
revenge,
daughter.
huh.
Now, but in a storytelling manner, people played as Joel for hours, like 30 plus hours.
Yeah, and then you've been killed.
And people were waiting for this game. It came out for 7 years.
And then they got killed
And
in the
he gets killed in first 2 hours. And without any explanation. So the narrative is different. If you built it up, if you built the story and Joel eventually died, it would have been easy because he was not a nice guy. He did kill like hundreds of people.
He's a nice
No,
guy.
but he's a
No,
nice guy.
he's not
to
a nice-
Likeable guy.
Everyone is a nice person to someone, as I keep. So when people say about Hitler and all, like,
No, Hitler is
Hitler
not a
was
nice
nice to someone, but that doesn't mean he was a nice
For
guy.
his girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah,
No,
to
but
Eva Braun, he
Joel
was.
is a nice guy.
Joel
he's a
is-
conflicted person,
No,
but
he's
he's
not a
nice.
conflict. So if you remember the third or fourth episode, they enter a city, so they see someone who's asking for help. So Joel says, no, the guy is not even injured. So the girl asks, how do you know? Because he said, I have been on the both sides. So he has been a marauder also.
Okay.
So nobody is
So
nice
yes.
in this world.
Everyone's green.
You can't be. It's a post.
Yeah, that's
the
the
world
point.
cannot allow for niceties. But within that, he's still nice. I feel.
Second season and second game goes into the morality. Now, I'll stop talking about game and the grudges I have specifically because there are a lot of bigoted trolling of and lot of critique of say show because trans characters, because autistic.
That's why, huh?
But the problem with this narrative is you show the conclusion first and then you sort of post facto rationalize that, walk into their shoes, understand they are also right. And
so which is why you will see Pedro Pascal in the second season, but it's like a flashback kind of thing, huh?
In
or whatever.
Ellie's memories, you will see how they grew up, but how they
Okay,
resent.
but this puts me off Last of Us season 2 because I don't want to not see
I
Pedro
never
Pascal.
bought Last of Us 2 game. Just on principle, I will never buy it.
Because Joel is also such a strong character.
Yes.
It's
Also,
crazy
he's
to
Pedro
kill him
Pascal.
off. Yeah,
See,
So
I'm
every
doing
time-
approaching it from a different way.
So you professionally, you have seen so many movies and you understand them better than me. I am just talking as a layman. Every time Joel, in game or in this season, walks on the screen, because you built such a strong character, the season lights up. Everybody likes it. But the moment he's not there, he is missed.
Yeah. So maybe they should do a study of whether viewership drops further.
It did dramatically because everybody knew it will drop. Because people hated this game.
But tell me, so there'll be another season after
Yes.
this?
So the game includes you play as Ellie and then you play as the girl who murdered Joel. People hated that scene. Like we have to play 20 hours as this girl.
Oh.
And you get backtrack into a story ke how she came to be, and their stories are sort of similar. But here they have to. So one, in game she was a very buff character. Like it's repeated many
Who's
times.
she?
Abby, the girl
The
who
girl
kills
who
Joel.
kills Joel.
Yes.
Okay.
In game, it was voiced by Laura Bailey, another on critical role and famous voice actor. But here
checking
she's
out all
played by
these
Kathleen Denver, if you remember, Unbelievable. The series about that article,
yeah.
the
Which
rapes
was
which were
excellent.
hidden.
What a
Yes.
great.
So Caitlin Denver, I think Caitlin Denver is her name. She plays.
Oh, Laura
Abby.
Bailey. I can see who she is.
So yeah. So but again, so season 3 will be walking in her shoes.
She's won. You know that, na? In BAFTA, she won.
Oh, I know.
For...
But okay, now the game aside, how is season 2?
So season 2 is the same. It's a beautifully made thing, but
Does it hold your attention despite not having Pedro Pascal?
so two things will bother you. One, Bella Ramsey doesn't look 19. So
yeah, she looks like 14.
It's
to me.
it's a 5-year gap between season 1 and season 2.
She looks
And in
very
game
young.
you can of course like change
Yeah.
it. But she didn't age much, like at least visually. And to her, like with all respect, her acting range isn't there. She became famous by playing that Mormont girl in Game of Thrones.
Oh, she was, of course, she was that girl. Was she
Lyanna
Mormont? I know who.
Lyanna Mormont, 11-year-old with a
Yeah.
Scottish accent and with a very brutish culture. But that's her range. With Ellie, you have to play character who is traumatized, PTSD, and on a revenge spree, a killing machine. And to me, she didn't seem like that. It was too much casual. And in fact, Isabella Mercer, who's her girlfriend, became... sort of stole the limelight. Otherwise, she couldn't have. Ellie's character is so strong. The game is, it doesn't make you feel good.
Which is okay. I sometimes feel every film does not
it's a
need
living
to
nightmare.
Make you,
A beautifully made living nightmare, revenge story. But Bella Ramsey is not able to emote.
But even in season 1,
she's not a great actor.
It works because she's a kid. She's supposed to be a kid.
Yes.
She's supposed to be awkward. So it works, but it's not great acting.
Yeah.
You don't feel...
Even in Game of Thrones, it's not like her acting was
Yeah. So her
great.
acting range isn't there. But in season 1, like Manisha said, she's playing a 14-year-old.
So it works.
It works.
She's...
And she looks
She's-
14.
she's anyway
Even
awkward.
now, she looks 14.
And of course, you will be awkward in this world. But at 19, when you've been living in a community, so you come to that in game also, in season 1 also, his brother. But it doesn't work. At least to me, like I never felt in place. I hate the game, but I watched the sort of game movie again online just to feel better. So yeah, Ellie requires a lot of nuance. In fact, Caitlin Denver looks remarkably like Ellie in the game. Who's playing the Abby?
How is playing Abby.
Okay.
But tell me, so season 3 has to first come out as a game and then...
No.
already come
The
out.
game.
It's come out.
The games are long.
Okay.
They have limited times.
So now season 3 will be made.
The second part of the game, the Act 3.
So would you recommend people watch
The people should watch.
season 1 for sure?
No.
And
I
then
would say watch
2.
season 2 also. You have to understand what the pitfalls of filmmaking. You are too obsessed with the idea. So Neil Druckmann has stuck with the idea. No, I will give this shock for the shock's sake and not for story's sake.
Okay. But I will watch.
Very
I'll try at
impassioned
least.
critique.
Yes. I am going to read. We have quite a few mails, but we won't read
You want
all
me to
of
read?
them. Yeah. Do you want to read from the
Nithila.
Nithila?
Okay, so Nithila has written in. She says, "Hi, I've been re-listening to your old podcast. As someone who's been listening to your podcast and other NL podcasts for over 5 years now, it feels very comforting to go back and listen to old episodes and remember what I was doing back then. This whole exercise has also made me realize how much nonsense both of you have said over the years. Enjoyable, no doubt, but nonsense nonetheless. In the last episode, Rajaysree wanted to sing a song. In one of your old episodes, Rajaysree hesitantly sang
Sagar
Sagar Kinare to a backing track. Matlab?
What
वो
is a
backing track meaning?
God knows.
With everyone requesting Abhinanda to sing, I think Rajaysree also needs to put her talent front and center and sing something. This is my humble request. Maybe Sagar Kinare itself, since she mentioned it again.
I will
Go
save this for when
Sing.
Abhinandan is here because he's a real fan of my singing.
But I
So-
feel like you're the sort of singer who just sings one line.
I sing
And
very
then just-
badly. You don't know how badly.
You'll be
I
like,
don't want to
"Sagar
sing.
Kina," and that's it.
No,
you just sing one line.
I'll sing a
Okay.
line. Okay, but I sing very badly. I'm just saying. Sagar Kinare,
What happened?
Dil ye pukare. It's very bad. It's like a rhyme.
Yeah, you're
Also,
you're like a
people-
kid saying some
No,
nursery rhyme.
people think because I'm Bengali and I have a
say
slightly
Shogar,
no
Kinoi.
that Bengali sing well. I don't. I sing really badly, and I know that, but I like singing still.
I'll read another letter.
Yes,
Shrikant
please.
says, "Hello, Abhinandan. I've recommended you watch the Tamil movie Visaranai few years back, as I think it would resonate with you as the subject matter is on police brutality. In light of the new project on the same subject you're all working on, I would bump up my recommendation." Okay, we
Oh,
shall give it to him.
Yeah.
It is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Anonymous says, "Please talk about cinematographer Prateek Shah. I will now leave you to read the gossip."
No, that I'm not sure about. He's been accused of sexual harassment. Na? He's the guy who.
Yeah, I followed this case.
Yeah,
But
so I
the-
have to see.
Yeah, and we
how
can't
much
make gossip out
yeah.
of this, guys.
Also, we don't know because
Yeah.
none of the people who've complained about him have come on and as in come out publicly and said anything. I want to just read Manisha Parpiani's mail. Hi NL team. I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of your podcasts. I've been listening for a while now, and I genuinely appreciate the mix of humor, insight, and honest opinions y'all bring to every episode. Your takes are always fresh, and I love how you break down even the smallest details that most others tend to miss. You're very kind, Manisha. I had a few review suggestions and I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Triangle of Sadness. So I actually reviewed Triangle of Sadness
Yeah, I
many
remember
moons.
you talking about it.
Yeah, it is excellent. You must watch it. It's about
What is it about?
the rich and people who are again removed from reality and they are on a cruise. And how things go, and that guy is there. That guy, Woody Harrelson is one of the actors, and it is such a great film. This one, Fleabag, we've
Fleabag you would
reviewed
have
as well,
reviewed,
and it's
yeah.
one of my favorite shows. I just think she's brilliant. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Scoop: Inside Stories from the Partition to the Present by Kuldeep Nair. It's a book, I'm assuming. This one, the Cadbury ad, we will review next time. And thanks for all the amazing content. Your podcasts have become a regular part of my week, and it's always something I look forward to. All the best. Thank you very much.
There's a new Cadbury ad.
Yeah. Before we read one more mail, we are going to discuss a new film which is out, which is Stolen, which has
Which
been
again
directed
is-
by... Huh?
Which has been getting rave reviews.
Yeah. And...
Sorry.
No, say.
Didn't it come out in like... I have a couple of friends who work in the industry. It came out in award or
Yeah.
festival circle in 2023.
It came out in the festival circle, and then I'm surprised
Took 2
it
years
didn't get
for it to hit an OTT platform.
OTT platform because it didn't even get this thing, right? A theatrical release. It's been directed by Karan Tejpal, who the trivia part is that Karan Tejpal is Tarun Tejpal's nephew. But Karan's father was in the army, which is why he's lived all across India, which is why I think he has such a good understanding of people and rural India and the kind of, the way people react in small town India, North India especially. And it stars one of my favorite actors, Abhishek Banerjee. And so it's on Amazon Prime. Again, it's very, nowadays you say short film because all films are 3 hours long. Otherwise, it's, I think, 2 hours long. You watched it, right?
I haven't watched Stolen, but I have spoken to people who have watched it.
Okay. No, so it's Stolen. I have to say, it is one of those films which you can't stop watching it. Because it is like a roller coaster ride, absolutely. So Abhishek Banerjee, y'all have seen him. He usually plays comic roles, and he's in Stree. He's very good. But in this, he plays
What's his
a
name in
serious.
Stree? It's kind of really funny. What is
It's
he
very
called?
funny. That
What's he
film
called?
also is so good.
I remember him as Hathoda Tyagi in Patal Lok.
Jana.
Oh yeah, and he's the one who gets.
He gets possessed.
Too funny. Yeah.
Jana, they call him.
25.
Stree 1 was so good and Stree 2
Stree
was
1
such
was
shit.
all right.
Okay. So the film stars Abhishek Banerjee, Mia Melzer, who is an NSD graduate, and she's very dark and non-traditional looking as an actor, which is why she doesn't get roles, poor thing. But she is such a good actress. In this, Shubham Vardhan and Harish Khanna play the main characters, and it's basically in Delhi at the station. It is Delhi, I think, that this one chap reaches. He's come from Pathankot. His train has come. He missed his flight, and he would be in his late 20s. I don't even think in the 30s, and they are clearly rich Delhi boys. Abhishek Banerjee is his brother who comes to pick him up from the station. So that is what is happening on one side. On the other side, you see in the station, Mia Malzar's character, she plays she could be, you can't make out, is she a homeless woman? Is she just a very poor woman who's traveling by train? But she's on the platform with her baby. And you see her baby being kidnapped by someone. Like, you can't see the person, but someone comes, picks up the baby and runs. And she starts screaming when she wakes up. And the boy who's come, the young man who has come from Pathankot, he is first accused by her because where he's standing, he gets off the train, her baby's cap or sock cap, I think, has fallen, and he picks it up and she says, "Oh, you've stolen," and she's speaking in Hindi, sort of Bengali like that, and you realize she's from Sundarbans actually, because she talks about Bon Bibi, which is the goddess that is prayed to in Sundarbans, has a mandir there and all. And she first accuses him of stealing her baby, but then Abhishek Banerjee's character, who's like a proper rich Delhi boy in one trench coat and all, and their mother is getting married.
Yeah.
That's why this one's come, and the mother is they are in some sort
different
of
worlds.
But
don't give the whole story away.
Yeah, but
because we're
anyway,
going to watch it.
no.
Yeah,
So they get accused. This boy gets accused. This young man gets accused, and the cops come and you see how they get embroiled in this whole thing, and then they try to bribe the cop. That also backfires. And ultimately, it's about them.
Don't give.
No. So I'm not saying.
Just a collapse.
Ultimately, you see, it's about finding this baby and this woman. Who is at fault, we don't know. And one of them is trying to be, Abhishek Banerjee's character is the kind who's saying, just let it be.
Yeah.
Like
we need to get out of this.
Yeah, like, let's just leave now. And the brother is a slightly, no, we should help her, poor thing, and all that. And then it's about what happens.
The brother is a useful
No.
idiot.
Yeah.
I think brother is a useful
Stop
idiot.
saying-
Yeah, but
Stop giving out details.
I am giving you what's shown in trailer.
Yeah.
He's a useful idiot, moralistic one.
yeah,
who
he's
doesn't-
very moralistic, and you can make out Abhishek Banerjee, the other brothers, like really getting pissed off, but also doesn't want to abandon this brother. So anyway, he can't be abandoned. The cops take their Aadhaar card and all. Then what happens? But
Okay.
it is
It's a movie,
common,
right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
sort
movie.
of a chase thing.
Yeah, it's a chase thing and all. It reminded me quite a bit of NH10, which Anushka Sharma had done, because they
okay.
go into the
Which is very
inner-
nervous watch.
and and you can imagine if a proper city dweller
Enters
gets
that world.
stuck in the innards of Rajasthan, and you're having an antagonistic conversation, we are the ones who are going to get screwed.
Yeah.
That nobody is listening to reason over there. And so there's a commentary on many things. I don't want to give away the thing with Mia's character, what hers is a commentary on, but it's something I feel very strongly about. It has to do with babies.
Yeah.
And I really feel strongly about that situation. And the lack of trust that people have just because someone's poor, but also the lack of trust that a poor person has for a rich person just because you're rich. The lack of trust you have for the police. Should you trust the police? Should you trust anyone? Ultimately, who do you trust?
In this country, you can't. Like, if you really understand India, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you should not be trusting the
My
cops
God.
for sure. No, so it is such a Because I was like, I hope the poster looks really good. And Abhishek Banerjee is just such a good actor that I wanted to also see him in this because it's clearly a very serious role.
And it's unlike his other roles.
It's unlike his other roles.
He's never like this posh Delhi boy.
He's very posh, but they are Bengali. So this I have to say again.
Posh,
Just
but
because they are
Bengalis.
Bengali, their mother is getting married because only Bengali 60-year-old women will get married.
What?
Right?
Ram Mohan Roy's
This is
legacy.
this is one thing that had to be bong, these ones. So they speak in so that's another thing. She's from the Sundarbans, so she speaks Bengali. They speak Bengali.
Yeah.
So
They can understand each other.
They can understand each other. You would think that would help the situation. Does it really help the situation?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. So it is.
How are you knowing
Because
so
of
much without
trailer.
watching
No,
it?
but
Oh,
you
no,
should.
I have.
Read about it.
No, I have not read. I have spoken to people who really like that movie.
No, so
So
I
you know
would,
everything now.
Yeah. But I would strongly recommend it and I would say watch
shall
it
watch
in
it.
one sitting. Like, don't watch it. It's also one of those films which you can't, because I also have that a bad habit. Like, I'll be watching, if it's playing on my TV, then I have my laptop is open and I'm checking something and then I'm looking at my phone. So you
Three
can't do,
screens.
Oh,
three
God.
screen. I am like a different league. You need to, also you want to keep paying attention because things are happening so quickly. And it is just, it's also like NH10, which I had, when I had watched it, I said, and I live in Gurgaon, you can be in that situation at, like, on any day. It can happen.
Yeah,
And
poverty does a lot to you.
yeah, and especially this, because her character was annoying me, this Mia Malzar's character, because also I'm not a sympathetic person usually, but there's something like, you don't know who to trust. That's what I'm saying. That do I trust this one? Do I trust even the do-gooder brother? You're
He's
like, why is
weird
he
with all
being
his
like, what
niceness.
is wrong with him?
I'm always suspicious of the nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
overly
same
nice.
here.
And he's
Especially in these
annoying.
plots. It's always the very nice person
Also,
who's
he's
like,
annoying because you're like, if he hadn't done this, they would not be in this situation. But then should he have help? Like, so there are lots of things which are addressed in this film. And I really like it because
Okay.
it's very tight. Everyone is cast very well. That's the other thing. Like, they really look like their character should look. So whether it's an ambulance driver, whether it's like, they aren't God Rakshaks, but like marauding mobs in a small town, everybody is just the way you should. And logically, most things make sense.
So
I would
costume and
say
production
that
are good. So
costume and
I
production is
really
good.
have
It's
this
shot
grudge.
very well.
Like especially like in
Huh.
Indian film industries, be it Marathi is still better, but like be it Hindi and South Indians or Punjabi,
Huh.
like directors and storytellers treat their audience like fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like in old movies which people say classic, I can see the bugger is not playing the piano, at least make him.
So over here, they look like, also what would happen if you actually get beaten up?
Yeah.
Like what would your state be physically? All that is accurately shown.
this is a heavy watch though, huh?
It's not light viewing for sure, but you must watch I just saw something else with Abhishek Banerjee.
I mean, I would have watched it. I just got stuck in work. But
Which is the Malya. He had done TVF had done
That's been doing the rounds.
so the original Vijay Mallya interview, which is with Abhishek Banerjee playing Vijay Mallya in a dressing gown, in a bathrobe, not in a dressing gown, with like lots of hair on his chest, and speaking to Jitendra Kumar, right? His name is, as the interviewer, and it is really funny. So I've always seen Abhishek Banerjee like that, like a funny role. He's
Yeah,
like
most of
playing
his
an
roles-
offbeat character. Over here, he's playing a very straight,
But
serious character.
did he have like TVF roots?
Yeah,
Abhishek?
clearly.
Quite nice. The TVF has so much talent.
Yeah,
They've
they
given.
really
They're really
have.
talented
What
people.
is TVF?
And
The
they're
Viral Fever, it was called.
yeah, Kota Factory, Panchayat, all these shows
Yeah,
are some
there
of
is
the
so
best
much
shows.
content. I can't even play games anymore.
I think TVF makes some of the best shows, and also their early day interview and spoofs are just
Yeah,
Some of
very
the best
good.
stuff they've done, yeah.
So watch this for sure. We'll have the link below. But that is all we have time for today. There's one more meal, okay? One more meal only. Aarti has written, hello there. Thanks for the very fun and amazing pod. I have been watching Turkish drama a bit lately and I'm enjoying them. Can't say anything good about Turkey. I'd recommend Ethos on Netflix. Istanbul, I can't say Anskilopedisi is also quite nice. I've also been exploring Turkish music from the 90s and it's quite fun. Sounds so much better than indie music. For those losing hope with Bollywood, exploit your access to world music. Keep up the show. Have fun. Thanks, Aarti. I'll check out the music at least. And Turkey is one of my favorite places to go to on holiday.
Istanbul was awesome.
Maru.
With
It was
kebabs and
on
kebabs everywhere.
Cappadocia is where those
Both
underground
anti-nationals.
cities and all are there. So it's just lovely. But
Don't go
bad
there.
Turkey now, okay? And please write to us at newslaundry.com/podcast-letters or podcast@newslaundry.com. Keep your letters to less than 150 words. If you're not a subscriber, we will not read your mail. And if you're writing on YouTube, what are those random comments you're making? I don't even know. Please send emails from the email that is associated with your NL subscription and write ANA or awful and awesome in the subject line. And I want to thank both my very intelligent guests
Thank
and
you.
co-hosts today.
Not sure about intelligence, but
No, you have to see it's all relative
Yes,
and
yes.
well-informed guests.
no, I was talking in D&D terms.
like
I
that.
play cleric, so my wisdom stat is high, not
Oh, like that.
intelligence.
See, now these references. But thank you, Miss Pande.
Thank you, Mr. Katyayan.
And thank you, Miss Sen.
What's in a name? And it's a wrap.
Journalism at News Laundry is powered by the public, because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.